people's kingdom. My people's kingdom. We're building God's kingdom. Builder. We're building God's kingdom. My people's kingdom. We're building God's kingdom. Builder. We're building God's kingdom. My people's kingdom. What more can we do?
Good afternoon, good day, everyone. We are so excited today with My People's Ministry, and we are exceptionally excited today. We have a very special person in the house on today. I'm really excited because she's one that's very dear to me. Not only is she a great person, but she is my daughter-in-law. And ladies and gentlemen, we're so happy to have April Brown with us on today. Yay! Hi, April.
Hi.
The people want to know one question. Who is April Brown?
Oh my God. April Brown is a wife. She's a mother, a friend, a sister, a daughter, and all those great things. But last but not least, I am a worshiper, and I'm exalted, and I really love the Lord. And I have a heart for God and for His people.
Okay. You were working on a very wonderful project just last night. April had a video release here in the city of Newark, New Jersey. Tell us a little bit about that project.
It is my new single. It is entitled Alive.
Alive.
It will be dropping next week.
Okay.
Give God some glory for that. July 14th, 2015. The message to the song is basically, explaining, although you may not see where God is, but it's just encouraging you to know that He's still alive and He's still there right by your side.
Okay.
Basically reminding you of your faith all over again.
Okay.
So it's just an evangelism song, and it's a message just to carry you, just to remind you that God is still alive and He's alive and well. You just have to have faith and not walk by the things that you see.
Okay, good, excellent. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
26.
26 years old.
Yeah.
You know, the times that we're living in is quite serious, and we see a lot in the streets, and we see a lot in the news, and there are a lot of young women your age, or even young men for that point, your generation, if I may. They just seem really, really lost. There's a lot that's going on. And how do you see yourself portraying ministry, the effect that you can possibly have with them? Just elaborate.
I just try to be transparent as possible. Although the Bible teaches us to, transform lives. You don't necessarily have to conform to the things of the world, but transform their lives. You have to run up to them saying, oh, you better stop what you're doing,
right, or
you're going to hell. But what I try to see is the good, the heart, and just try to look at that as a target and wing my way into sharing the love of Christ with them and try to relate to them, because we all have a past, and if I can try to relate as much as possible, that's my goal.
Cool. We said she's an artist. Later on in the show, she's going to do a song for us. Do you know what you're going to sing?
I'm going to do Just For Me off my first project entitled The Inception.
Now, I'm the type of person, I love putting pressure and just doing things just to be doing them. So we're going to do a little something just real quick and just jump on there. We're going a little old school. My soul loves Jesus. Come on, help me out. My soul loves Jesus. My soul loves Jesus. Praise His name. All right. Woo-hoo. Got you on that one. She's going to kill me for that one. When did you realize in your life that you wanted to be an artist?
Wow. I believe it was after touring and singing with my dad. Over the years, we used to do quartet music. So after that, I started to realize the passion and the drive that I actually had for being a singer or an artist per se, but it wasn't until I believe I was 19 when I decided to actually take it serious and say, hey, this is not only singing, but this is a ministry. And I believe that's where I found myself being real and honest with myself and saying, okay, I think I'm going to do this, share my testimony, share the love of Christ that I have with people. You know, nothing deep.
Why gospel? Because R&B, it just seems more lucrative, especially with so many venues that are out where you can really just do that. But why gospel? I
have done R&B in the past. Wasn't effective. Did nothing for me. I tried. I would go to different venues and different events, and I would, I'll sing a little here, sing a little there, and it would be an R&B song. It would make people feel good and all these things like that. And it just would always be in the back of my mind, what if I decided to stay in the lane that I'm in? It will make God feel good. Instead of pleasing the flesh, I'd rather please God.
You seem like a happy person, and I guess a lot of people look at you. She probably got no problems, no issues, and she got God, and everything is just well. How do you deal? Do you have problems or issues that you deal with, being a young woman of God?
Yes, I deal with a lot actually, especially being young and an artist as well. You know, even as an artist, we have things thrown at us, temptation. You know, different approaches or things like that, but it's about self-control. Self-control and knowing what you want more than what's tempting you. That's how I tend to deal with a lot of my situations. Is either I want God or I want to fall by the wayside. It's either I want to bring conflict into my life or I want peace in my life. So I believe it's a matter of making choices of what I want to go on in my life and what would be pleasing to God.
And you're 27. How long have you been married now? About
26, and I've been married for 6 years. 6 years?
You're 26? Yes. So you got married when you was 20?
20, yes. Woo-wee.
There are a lot of people that's contemplating marriage. There are a lot of young folk that are in church that really struggle. I don't even want to even say they focus on sexual nature, but there's just a lot of issues in general that we deal with. What can you say to the young people, or the young women for that matter, in dealing with relationships? How did you choose that man to be your mate, or how did you know this is what God was doing and speaking for you in this season in your life in terms of marriage?
Wow. At that part of my life, I was dealing with a lot of issues, dating, parents going through different things, and living in the world, being worldly. So there was a point in time where I got just tired of things just falling and going all wrong. And I remember saying this prayer to God. I was like, God, okay, I'm tired of this. I don't like this guy as much. I need you to show me who my husband is. I refuse to be a baby mom.
I know that's right.
And I said that, I was like, I refuse to be this kind of woman. I refuse to be this kind of woman. I refuse to shack. I refuse to do this. God, I need you now to show me who my husband is. And I'll never forget that day. He began to drop things in my spirit, and guys or people that I was dating or dealing with began to fall, or, you know, I had the courage to tell them, I don't want to be bothered anymore. And it took one situation in my life to see that my best friend of 7 years, who's with my husband now, he was the only one standing and who was there for me when I opened my eyes after I got into a car accident. And he was there for me. And
so he was there just for you.
He was there for me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. And April's going to sing for us Just For Me.
Just
Great
for me.
timing. Okay? We'll be right back.
We all need help, and God is always there to help. He's on call, so is there a doctor in the house? Got broken hearts and men, we rebuilding the town, putting these flames out, but we on fire for Jesus. Give him the praise and receive it. Have faith and believe him and watch things happen. He'll grant you wishes, no genies or Aladdin, it's more than magic.
We are glad to be with you and accepting the challenges that we have.
I look fat.
Today we want to talk about empowering yourself for your next season. So many challenges that we have.
I know I look fat.
And we find ourselves at a point sometimes where it's difficult to make decisions, to go forward. There was a point in my life when I didn't know how to or where to or how to get help. And as you know, we do different shows whereby we try to inspire you to go forth and do what you need to do. But to empower yourself, you must have an attitude. Empowerment is a place of being. Being a success and being a winner don't just happen, but you have to make it happen. You can improve your life and redefine yourself. You're not a backseat passenger in this life. You're not a victim, a prisoner, or degenerate. I had a conversation with my daughter the other day, and she began to share about the pressures.
It's lopsided. Is it bad? Oh, okay.
Under such duress and stress.
Yeah, yeah. All because he loved us. Jesus loved us. If you give me a second, I'm going to tell you a story. Listen. You redeemed my life. You were the sacrifice. You paid the cost that saved my life. You were crucified so that I'll have life. You hung up on that cross and died for me. Oh, for me. Just for me. And Lord, you died just for me. He did it just for you. Just for me. Just for me. And Lord, you died just for me. Listen. You took my fate. All sins they raised. You shed your blood back on Calvary. And you took my place. You exchanged it with your grace. You thought of me in the time of need. Oh, just for me. Lord, just for me. And Lord, you died just for me. Oh, just for me. Lord, you did it just for me. And Lord, you died just for me. So I'll cry out, oh, you did it, Father. Thank you for going to the cross. So I'll cry out, oh, yeah. Listen. If it wasn't for his love, Lord, I don't know where I'll be. Oh yeah, if it wasn't for your sacrifice, can you ever just imagine? I don't know where I'll be. Whoa, just when I think of all the goodness of you, Jesus, my soul cries out hallelujah to your name, God. Say I'm forever grateful, yeah. And I say, oh, God bless you. Thank you so much.
Once again, we're back. Thank you, April Brown, that wonderful selection just for me. We're going to go right back into it. You're talking about your husband, DeMar Brown, about relationships. Mm-hmm. As an artist, I understand he's a musician and he does some amazing things. And tell me about your relationship, having him not only as your husband, but also in terms of management.
He's awesome. We've learned to juggle the two. We're at a place now where we understand when he's speaking to me as on a husband, from a husband standpoint view, and now I understand when he's speaking to me from a manager's perspective. Okay. So it's going great so far, so good. Mm-hmm. It is a learning experience because some of the things he may say from a manager's standpoint may hurt a little, but it's only to progress and, go back, do things better in my career. So, but from a husband standpoint view, I'm understanding that he doesn't mean it. Okay. So we're balancing it out and it's working.
Okay. I'm going to take a little twist here. You probably get me later for this, because in life we deal with a lot of issues, and you've been through a really, really big issue. Yes, I'm gonna go there because a lot of people just don't do well a lot of things, and sometimes we hide our emotions. Earlier this year, your dad passed away. I happen to know him, Bishop Larry Terry, great man of God. How did that affect your life, losing your dad?
Oh man, it was terrible. Because when he was at the breaking point of it all, my husband and I were taking care of him.
Okay.
So he was staying and living with us, and we were changing him every day and taking care of him every day, cleaning him every day. It was a lot on us. I knew that he was tired because he couldn't walk anymore.
Okay.
So his whole thing was, if I can't walk anymore, why am I still here?
Right.
We all know the kind of guy he was, very outstanding. He had a lot of pride.
Okay.
Busy guy, always trying to be on the scene and do things, and he couldn't do that anymore. And he was my best friend, my coffee buddy. We would have our own fights. And
didn't he have a nickname for you?
Plum. He called me Plum.
Okay.
And when that happened, it kind of really put me in a state of depression.
Okay.
If I must be honest, a lot of people didn't know, so we're really good at hiding our emotions. I just know that if I had wobbled in my sorrow, I know the effect of that.
Okay.
I knew I would still be in that place.
Right.
I knew that there'll be no results. There'll be nothing good to come out of it. So I had to get myself together. Although in that vulnerability point, we know the devil works. Right. So I struggled daily with the enemy working. Him saying things, oh, your ministry is going to fail. Oh, I got you now.
Right.
I got your heart now.
Right.
This just throwing different tactics to attack me spiritually because of where my heart was. I loved my dad. So I guess the enemy knew, okay, well, I got her now. Okay. So let's see how far I can break her down. Okay. So that was a very touchy point. And in that point, in that dark place, I was able to dig down, and my husband and I wrote the song Alive. Okay. And that's where that song came from. And at that point, I was like, God, where are you? Like, I lost my father. I need to know where you are. Okay. Yes, of course, you're not going to just show up and pop up in my living room and, but I just need to see you. And it goes back to faith. Right. Walking by faith and not by sight. And just because something like that hits your door, it doesn't stop you. Okay. It just makes you pray more. Okay. I know a pastor that had a phrase. He says, life changes bring about exposing who the worshipers and the warriors are.
I'm glad you brought that up because
worshipers and the warriors.
Okay, I've had the opportunity to be in your home many times. I've even tasted your cooking. Thank God she can cook. Thank you, Jesus. Too much turkey though. She don't like meat. All right. But anyway, I observed you in your prayer times, and tell me about your personal relationship in terms of your prayer and your worship. What does that mean to you?
It's a lifestyle. Sometimes we can misconstrued, oh, I'm a worship leader. Oh, I'm a worshiper. Okay. I like to get in the emotion. But it's more than that. It's more to just being a worshiper. You have to live it. And just like a praiser, you have to live that thing. Okay. It makes no sense. It's all in vain just to, claim this thing and not do it behind closed doors. Okay. I believe in order to get into the presence of God, you have to have something behind closed doors that you do, and then now when you're in front of everybody else, they'll be able to see, they do lay before the Lord. The presence of God is evident. Okay. And, that's fasting and praying. That goes along. That all works along. So I believe in fasting, praying daily, whether it's a 2-second prayer. Say that thing. You don't have to get down and do a whole... let's, get on down and dirty.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, we call for the angels on the left side of the field.
Yeah. It's just, you have that relationship already. Right. So continue, just like you would do with your spouse. Right. Tell them you love them every day. Good night, good morning. Right. It's a lifestyle. Okay. If you're claiming it, do it to the fullest. Do it to the glory of God.
Got it going on. How you doing? Maybe what your moms look like? Oh, I know. Oh, sorry. Ooh, I was only joking. We got 3 minutes. Okay, real quick. Just joking, Mom. I lost my mic. Real quick, tell me about your project and what you got coming up. We have 3 minutes left, and so we're going to use this few minutes to let the people know what you're doing and what you have coming up.
July 24th, you guys, April Brown will be at Lincoln Park. So I want you to come out. July 24th on Friday. Details, if you would like to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, April Brown Music, all the above. You can follow me there or go to my website to find out the time, www.aprilbrownmusic.com. I also do outreach every 4th Saturday down at North Penn Station.
Yes, she does.
I am also a mentor and a certified life coach. So to inquire, please find me on Facebook and Instagram and things like that. Or if you ever just want to talk. Also, my project will be coming out fall. It is entitled April Brown Live. It is a live worship experience from my previous project, The Inception. So we are very excited about it.
I'm a believer.
You'll get to see a raw, uncut, unplugged version of what goes on with April Brown ministers. We do a lot of worship. We do a lot of praise.
How much time? We got 1 minute left. All right, real quick. We're going to have you tried Jesus?
He's all right.
Have you tried Jesus?
He's all right.
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 Lily of the valley.
All right.
All right.
All right. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, April Brown is in the house, and we just so gracious.
Thank you so much.
I thank God for this woman of God, and please just log in and hit the Twitter, April Brown Music.
Everything.
You know, just hit us up, and this woman is going places, and we are grateful. Holler at your boy.
Okay.